Hi everyone, welcome to the American Computer Enthusiast Show. My name's Steve Reeves and I'll be your host tonight. Our guest is Yoav ETL from ISICAD out of Anaheim, California. We'll be taking a look at Windows 3.1 using it in the real world is what we're going to show. We'll be showing Olay, DDE, and Cadvance 5.0, brand new version coming out next month for Windows. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Portions of the American Computer Enthusiast Show made possible by PC People, Houston's user-friendly source for business software, serving the business and academic communities. Call PC People at 789-6300 and talk to our dedicated staff when you're looking for intelligent answers to your software needs. And by Total CAD Systems, specializing in the sales, service, and support of CAD software and hardware for the PC, Macintosh, and Sun. Total CAD Systems is an authorized dealer for AutoCAD, the leader in computer-aided design software. Call 721-CADD. And by GDT Reprographic Services. Providing documentation to the professional design industry using advanced technologies and personalized service. GDT, where you're more than a number. Call for free pickup and delivery.
The old computer you're putting out to pasture has the power to give new life. Computers you're going to scrap can keep millions of people from ending up on the scrap heap and being written off. Old computers donated to the National Christina Foundation are used to train people with differing abilities so they're alive with the skills society needs. Donate your old computers and other equipment to NCF. Call 1-800-CHRISTINA. Machines you can write off, people you can't.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. In case you just tuned in, my name is Steve Reeves and I'll be your host tonight. And our guest is Yoav ETL from ISICAD out of Anaheim, California. Before we get started, I want to make sure everyone knows this is a live show and we are giving things away tonight. And the phone number is 861-6283. We also have some new things this year. Besides, as you saw on the commercials there, we have some new sponsors, but we have a new hotline where you can call in and leave information, leave suggestions for shows, comments, no negative comments, please. You can also call for autographs. No, I'm just kidding. It's a good idea just to call in so we can see what kind of people watch this show. And there's the slide came up on the screen right now. So the phone number is 587-5369. So you can call anytime, it's always up, and just leave a message, let us know what you think of the show. And again, just in case you didn't get the number, it's 861-6283 is the number to call in to ask us questions. And we are giving some things away. So I guess what we had to do first, before we go any further, our guest is Yoav ETL, and he's, like I said, he's from ISICAD, and he flew in from Anaheim to show some a new product. It's Cadvance 5.0 for Windows, and what we're going to be doing is showing, or not we, but Yoav, is going to be showing how people really use this in the real world. What it is how it links with DDE, and he'll explain what that is, and OLE, and how it works with other programs, Microsoft programs and other Windows programs, using the exchanges, the different types of the way it exchanges. So I guess without further ado, thanks for coming to the show, Yoav.
Thank you, Steve.
Why don't we talk a little bit about, well, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but just a little bit about you, where you come from and what your background, and then we'll talk a little about ISICAD and how you got into this whole computer thing.
I'm here in the States for about 6 years. I'm originally from Israel. I came here 6 years ago with a CAD product that we just introduced. Came to launch it into this brand new CAD market that was just forming, and stayed ever since. I represent EasyCAD Inc. As you mentioned, we're based in Anaheim, California. We're formerly Calcom Systems Division, to those who know Calcom. We incorporated in 1987 and we're a member of the International EasyCAD Group. We have over 300 employees worldwide, although usually people think that EasyCAD is me and a few more people. It's a relatively large company. We have product lines that really focus at the link between graphics and non-graphics, and we'll see a lot of that tonight.
Right.
The two major product lines are Command and Cadvance. Really the latest that we're showing here is Cadvance for Windows, which is a brand new product, as you mentioned, and a pretty exciting product because it does demonstrate a lot of the Windows features that everybody was waiting for vendors to actually take advantage of. So maybe we want to just jump in and start with the fun stuff.
Why don't we, before we get started, talk a little bit about this, what kind of hardware. So I like to make sure we start off so everybody knows what we're working with, making sure not working with some
We are running here actually on a computer that I hope is manufactured right here in Houston, Texas. It's a Compaq 486C. I carry it around. This is a loaner from Compaq. It's 33 megahertz 486 computer. It has what I think is an active matrix display, which means I can actually have that outside in the sun, and you can actually see very brightly what's on the screen. It's a color display, and if you don't mind lagging with you 17 pounds of computer and having people asking you why you carry a sewing machine with you, then that's probably the best you can get if you need some power on the road.
Yeah, the color screen looks great.
It's fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
And then this is, well, then you just have a Logitech mouse.
Correct, the transparent
And then we have
mouse.
hooked up a 17-inch. This is a brand new monitor. Actually, I got this loaned to us for the show from Mitsubishi. It's a Diamond Pro 17-inch. It's a 1024 by 768 resolution, 0.26 dot pitch. It's pretty crisp and clean. It looks pretty good. It looks really good on the screen. The retail price is like $15.99. I really don't know what the street price is, but I want to thank Mitsubishi for loaning this to us, for the show so we can see it, because it's a nice big screen so we can see what's going on real good with the Windows. Because you need a good crisp screen when you're using Windows, when you have all these icons and things up. All right, so why don't you go ahead and just start showing us some
we'll
things.
just launch Cadvance. Cadvance is really a good member of this United Nations of icons here. It's written from the ground up for Windows, and as you can see, it features right here on the screen some of the characteristics of a good Windows application, including scroll bars, toolbar, pull-down menus, and so forth. A lot of people ask about what can Windows do to my CAD productivity and so forth, and I think by using some of the basic features of Windows, a good implementation of CAD in the Windows environment can significantly increase the productivity. I'd like to start with showing maybe how I can use MDI, Multiple Document Interface, and we'll use a lot of acronyms here in this show.
We're going to write them all down. There will be a test after the show.
MDI, Multiple Document Interface.
Okay.
That means that I can actually open a number of views to the same drawing or even a number of drawings. Let's see how I do that. I just click on the Windows icon here and I get the second instance of the same drawing. I can open another one. I can stretch and scale those windows if I just change their size. And have another one over here. So now we have 3 instances of the same drawing here. What I'm going to do is open yet another drawing. Let's just say here, open here, and go open, let's say, this drawing right over here. So now we have 4 views, actually. We have 3 instances of Build 2A, and then we have 1 instance of a file called Columbia. And what I can do here, I'm just going to maybe minimize this one here and stretch this one here. Can just arrange them on the screen so it's convenient for us to work with, and we'll have this one over here and this one over here. I'm going to go to this window over here, and by the way, look at the cursor. I get the cursor in all 3 windows. I'm going to go to this window,
Pointer there. Nice pointer.
Over here, and just fit that to the screen here. So I have sort of a bird's eye view to my project, and then I have 2 views right over here that I open. Now, of course, I can go here and using the magnifying glass tool, I can go and say, okay, on this one here that is focused right now, the title is highlighted, I can zoom on this area. But what Cadvance allows me to do is actually say zoom and show the area in any other window. So we're having this one right over here as our focused window, but we show where we want to focus, where we want to zoom on right here in this window. So I got the lower left corner of this building right in this one here. I click on this one, on this window over here, and I say, okay, magnify, and again, go to the bird's eye view and show this area over here. So now we have 3 views: bird's eye view, lower left corner of the building, and upper right corner of the building. Now what Cadvance allows me to do is to go here and set this option. It's called Draw All. right here. And so when I go here and I want to make a line, that will go, let's say, from the lower left point of the screen. I just snap to this point over here. And you can see how Cadvance actually draws in all three windows. So instead of having to zoom in and out, in order to perform this, I'll just click on this one here. Then I can go to this window over here and go to this corner of the building and then complete my line right here in this corner over here. That saves a number of steps in a CAD operation where you had to zoom in and out. That is something that you have by just using MDI, multiple document interface. And then I mentioned you can have a number of files open. Notice that the cursor itself is pretty smart. Columbia is now the focused window here, and I get the Cadvance cursor right on this window. If I move to any other window, it gives me the Windows cursor. I have to click on one of those windows in order to make that one active. But when I have one drawing here that is active, one window that is active, it has associated windows, I get the Cadvance cursor on all these three windows, and then I get the Windows cursor on the other one. So it knows, exactly, it knows. Of course, I can minimize and maximize each one of those views. And
just like any other Windows
program. Correct. A number of other things that I'd like to point out. There are a number of nice tools in the Windows environment. And again, by taking advantage of that, EasyCAD is able to deliver a much richer product with Cadvance. One of the nice features of Windows 3.1 is the ability to use OLE or OLE, Object Linking and Embedding. Now, what is Object Linking and Embedding? As the name suggests, it allows me to take objects. This is actually data from other products, from other applications, and either link it to my drawing here in Cadvance or embed it right within that drawing. Cadvance supports OLE as a client or as a server, meaning that you can also use Cadvance as a OLE server when you are in other applications, let's say Word. So let's see how that actually benefits the type of work that you do in CAD. For example, one of the things that if you wanted to put a text in CAD before, you would have to pretty much do something that looks like that. And that is the sort of text look that you used to have in CAD. Well, with Windows, good Windows implementation, I can now go here and say Insert Object. If I have other products that were installed here, for example, I installed Microsoft Word on this machine over here, it comes with what they call mini apps or mini applications. They're just bundled with the Word product. And what it means, I can actually use those mini apps not just within Word, but within any other good OLE client. So what I'm doing here, I can say, okay, let's just put here Houston and put Cadvance here, and let's say Texas. Okay, and I can apply this here, and I can now change the type of the text, and I can have something like this, and just OK that. By OKing that, I go back into Cadvance, and we're placing this object that was created in WordArt right inside the Cadvance drawing. Now, Cadvance remembers two things. It remembers how to display this object. So, of course, I can now go and say, OK, I want to zoom on that area over here. And it also remembers where this object came from. If I click on that and go to the Edit menu, you will notice that it knows that this was an MS WordArt object. It changed the menu to actually reflect that. Or I can double-click on that and say, OK, I want that actually in a different font. OK, so we'll go to a different font here. Let's say we're in Texas. We'll choose this one here. And we'll go to a different style and just OK that. And now this text that we have has been adjusted.
We have about 30 seconds before we have the break. Before we go any further, we ought to tell what you're giving away.
Okay.
First thing, I guess, is Cadvance. It's the newest version, 5.0.
Correct.
The retail value of this is $1,995, so this is a pretty good giveaway.
Right.
So some lucky caller will win this tonight. And also, I like when you bend down on camera. It's great, isn't it? Polo shirt. It says Cadvance here. Man, it's nice, too. If nobody calls, I'm taking it home. But we'll give away two lucky. Somebody will get one. I mean, two different people will get this. So make sure you call in. By the way, the number is 861-6283. It's 861-6283. Sounds like an infomercial. But I want to make sure that we get a lot of people to call in because, you know, I don't want to have to take this stuff home. So. So I guess what we ought to do is take a quick break, and we'll be right back, and we'll show more of this interface with Olay and DDE. So stay tuned, get your phones, well, bring your phones by your TV, and we'll be right back.
Portions of this show have been made possible by PC People, Houston's user-friendly source for business software, serving the business and academic communities. Call PC People at 789-6300 and talk to our dedicated staff when you're looking for intelligent answers to your software needs. And by Total CAD Systems, specializing in the sales, service, and support of CAD software and hardware for the PC, Macintosh, and Sun. Total CAD Systems is an authorized dealer for AutoCAD, the leader in computer-aided design software. Call 721-CADD. And by Arc Image, creators of award-winning computer graphics and animation. For advertising, illustration, presentation, and communications, Arc Image can show you a better way to tell your story.
Well, D87-4, you did a great job for us for years.
Oh, boy. Enjoy your retirement.
So it's time to retire your old computer. Instead of writing it off as useless, donate it to the National Christina Foundation, where it can give new life by training people with differing abilities to sparkle with the skills society needs. Donate your old computers to the National Christina Foundation. Call 1-800-CHRISTINA. Machines you can write off. People you can't.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I know it's after a break, but just in case someone didn't catch on, this is the American Computer Enthusiast Show. My name's Steve Reeves, and our guest is Yoav ETL from ISICAD, and we're showing Windows 3.1 and how it's used in the real world with Cadvance version 5.0 for Windows and using Olay, and we're going to be showing how it links with Excel and Word and different. We have a whole bunch of different products here that that it's going to work with. So. I guess, why don't you show us a few things here? We got people calling already, so people better get on the phones.
Okay, well, one of the things I'd like to show is how Cadvance works with other applications. I showed how we used Microsoft Word Art. Here's another usage of things that you get actually for free when you buy Windows. Well, nobody knows how to use Card File. I use Card File as my drawing manager here. So, for example, I can go here, and Card File is something that you get free when you buy Microsoft Windows. Right. So you just say go to, I search on, okay, my index was, let's say, this one here, and we got Columbia on the screen. What I have to do, I just have to be in picture mode, double-click on that. It will start Cadvance for me, if Cadvance is not up, and will bring that drawing right to the screen. So that's a great drawing manager I'm using that really costs me nothing. Now, this drawing manager...
Is this working through Olay, or is this...
Correct. It's working through Olay, and let's just minimize this one here and tile this to screen here.
So in other words, this is linking with or embedded?
Correct, and the link is live. So that means that if I'll go here and we'll make a change in Cadvance to this object, we'll see this change reflecting immediately in my card. So you got this link, you don't have to go and update that, it updates that automatically.
So, yeah, I'm afraid a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these things are built into Windows. They don't use any of this.
Correct. And I think that what happens right now is a lot of the people are waiting for the vendors to take advantage of all these great features.
Right.
You couldn't take advantage of those features if Cadvance was not supporting Olay, in this case, as a server.
All right. We got some phone calls. Why don't we take the first
Sure.
one here? Herb, you're on line 1. You're on the air. You have a question?
Yeah, hi, Steve.
Hi, Herb. How you doing?
Fine. I want to know, is the program available in other platforms besides the IBM?
Well, I'll take the question. The program is available for IBM PC and compatibles only. We do have a DOS version. We've been in the market for about 7 years, but we concentrate on the Windows market and the DOS market only. We try to do one thing and do it right.
Okay, what I want to ask you, does it have the feature of rotating the images on the screen?
Yes. What about the rotating? I guess I didn't get the question.
No, can you, if you have a view, to rotate it,
Yes.
on the screen so you can get the different views of the one object?
Yes, you can. If you are talking about 3D, Cadvance has a very nice 3D interface. You can actually do 3D rotations. This interface was licensed from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and allows you to really work very quickly in 3D and rotate in any direction. In 2D, of course, you can. Cadvance, maybe I didn't mention that, but Cadvance is a professional level CAD system in addition to having all those toys that I'm showing here today. So you definitely have all these rotation capabilities.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thanks
you
for
for
calling. All right, you want to take another call?
Sure.
Sure, we'll do that. Wayne, you're on the air. Do you have a question?
Yes, hi, how are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Yeah, I just bought not too long ago, a DOS package CAD program, and I've just gotten into it. I have a lot to learn. I just wondered, is there any type of trade-up program that you have with your particular system?
Very good question, and thank you for actually calling. People will think that this was set up. Actually, there is. We plan to capture a significant market share. We think this is a product that people need to sample, and we do understand that a lot of people already have some investment in other CAD products. While the product is selling, retail price is $19.95, almost $2,000. We offer now any AutoCAD user, MicroStation user, or anyone that uses a comparable type of product to actually trade up to Cadvance. The rules are pretty simple. You have to show that you own a copy, show us a proof of purchase, and you can upgrade to Cadvance for Windows to do all those things that I'm showing here for only $3.95. You don't have to return your existing product. We are certain that you'll start using it, you'll like it, and you'll maybe use it side by side or displace what you already have now.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You want to show a few more things, or do you want to? Why don't we take this one? We have one more caller here real fast, and thanks for calling.
Okay.
Carl, you're on the air. Do you have a question?
Yeah, Steve. I'm running a 386-33.
All right.
With only 4 megs of RAM. Will this particular program, will 4 megs of RAM be enough to run the program?
Okay, yeah, it will run. You know, there is a difference between the minimum requirements and what we recommend. It will run on a 386-33. It will do okay with 4 meg of RAM. The nice thing about the Windows environment is that the program is written in a way that the more memory you have, the more things you can do as far as more files open and so forth, more windows open, and the faster it will run. So we recommend to go beyond just the minimum. 4 is okay. 8 is probably what we recommend. And RAM is pretty cheap these days. I've seen recently you can get for like $35 a meg or less. So.
And when you get into this OLE and DDE, when you want to have lots of screens on, that's when you need a lot of memory.
I'm running here tonight with 12 megabytes of RAM.
Is that what you really feel should be run, 12 megs rather than 8?
8 megabytes will be just fine, yes.
Be just fine. Okay,
yes.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for calling.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good night.
Okay, we better start.
Okay.
Yeah, but the phones are going nuts here.
All right. Well, a number of the other things I would like to show here with Cadvance is really we think that the market is broadening now for CAD. You know, CAD is going to be used by not just the designer or engineer or architect. A lot of people, you know, if you look at the 3 stages of a project, you have the design, you get the drafting, then you get management or maintenance.
Right.
Cadvance really shines in drafting and management maintenance in those 2 latter stages. Part of that is because I can very quickly bring in information that already exists. Let's say I have a paper drawing. I just say open. Cadvance supports raster and vector information. So I can say here, okay, I want to bring in maybe a drawing that will scan in advance. Let's just go here and choose one of those. I'll just take here, let's say maybe floor plan or one of those here. Let's see here. Take this one here and just choose a different color. So we'll bring it in blue and scale this drawing up. And what we're bringing in is really something that will scan in. I got a blueprint of a building. I don't have to redraw that building if I already have it in the blueprint. I just place it in the right place, and Cadvance will just place this thing here. I hope we can see it on the screen in blue. Can we see it? Let me just
It's
zoom in.
glowing. It's
Okay.
glowing.
All right, I hope
There.
we can see it.
You can
but
see it,
what
it's
you
fine.
can do is now overlay this. If I need to lay a cable or a pipe on top of that, I didn't have to redraw. So we save here, it can be, one way to look at that is save, weeks of work to just re-digitize that drawing. Another way to look at that, okay, you save all the things that you have to buy in addition to a basic CAD program. So this program here has built-in capabilities to load raster images, blueprints in both RLC and TIFF formats.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to close this one here. Do you want to take another call, or do
You want to take? Well, we've got a bunch of them here.
Okay.
Why don't we do this first one here? Raymond, you're on the air. Do you have a question?
Yeah, how you doing, Steve? I was calling to see if you say on this program, that Cadvance program, is it available in the marketplace, or is it going to be special ordered, or how is it available?
Okay, the program is going to be available next month, and we are taking orders. So it's going to be, actually the backlog is piling up, so we are going to ship the product when the product is actually released on a first-come, first-served basis. So if there are people that are interested in ordering the product, you can call your local dealer here, and there are dealers here in town. There is Total CAD Systems that can take your order, or call, if you are watching this outside of this town, call the EasyCAD 800 number, and it's 1-800-634-1223, and ask for a dealer near you.
All right, you got it?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the program.
Thank you. Do you want to take one more call real fast?
Sure.
All right, you're on the air. Do you have a question?
Yes, Steve, how are you doing?
Great.
Actually, I had two questions real quick. First one, which is the minimum requirement on this program? And the second one is if you're going to be, or any entity will be giving classes on it.
If we'll be giving what?
Classes.
Classes. Okay, well, as far as minimum requirements, I think we pretty much covered it, but here on the box, it gives you the system requirements, and I'm just going to read from that. It's the minimum requirements are IBM compatible 386 or 486 PC or compatible, 4 megabytes of memory, minimum 5 megabytes free space on your hard disk, graphics board and monitor, really whatever is supported by Microsoft Windows. That's the beauty of that thing. Mouse or digitizer supported by Microsoft Windows, and you want to use MS-DOS 3.3 or higher. 5.0 is recommended just for memory management. And then, of course, you need Microsoft Windows that is sold separately for probably something like $80, and optional printer or plotter supported by Microsoft Windows. As far as classes, I believe...
There's Houston Community College teaches Cadvance classes here in Houston, the Technical Center on Dunleavy. They're an authorized training center, I guess, for Cadvance.
Okay, there is a book in the works about Cadvance. There's going to be plenty of support from that standpoint on this product.
Great. Well, I appreciate your help, and good luck on your sales.
Thank you very much.
Why don't you go ahead? Why don't we show like how it links with Excel or something?
Okay.
Like that? We've got other people calling already. We've got calls on every line.
Okay, so let's see how it works with Excel. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to the Program Manager and start Excel real quickly. We're going to use a feature in Windows that is called DDE. Now, Cadvance works very nicely with DDE, so I'm going to actually close this one here, and we're going to tile. So now we have Excel on the left side. We have Cadvance on the right side. I'm going to draw something real quickly on the Cadvance screen. And what I'm going to do is select this area over here, and we're going to connect to whatever DDE finds.
Show what you did right there again.
Okay, I'm going to cancel, and I'm going to go here into Utilities, DDE, and Connect.
All right.
Okay, so we just connected to Excel sheet number 1, and OK that. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm going to say Utility, DDE, and Update. And what Cadvance will do, it will dump its entire database to Excel. And what you see here in plain English, by the way, you see here the entire database that, of the objects that were selected in Cadvance. For example, if I go here and I see the line, the rectangle here is a line, I go here into the color column, and I'll just change it to 2, which is red, and you see it changing on the screen.
So you changed it in Excel, and it changed it into the Cadvance.
Correct. And so what we have here, really, Excel is now driving Cadvance, so to speak. If I go down here to the circle, and I change, let's say, the line style to line style number 2, the circle has just changed its line style.
Now, this is dynamic data exchange.
Correct.
DDE.
And what happens here, there is a direct channel of communication now between these two applications. And when something changes in Cadvance, something will change in Excel, and vice versa. This is because Cadvance supports Excel DDE link in both ways.
Oh, okay.
Now, I
Now
mentioned...
you can change the radius and things, it'll change.
Yeah, if I go here into the radius, I'll change this to, let's say, 20,000, it changes the radius. We'll change the radius to, let's say, 40,000, it changes to this. I can even take that information here and, combine both DDE and OLE together. I'm taking the position of the circle and the position of the rectangle, and I'm going to create a chart based on that. And now we have a chart that shows the XY coordinates and the XY coordinates of the circle. So XY coordinates for the rectangle and XY coordinates for the circle. I'll go here and say, okay, select this chart here and copy it. And I want to copy it right into Cadvance. So let's just go here and say paste link and show where I want to paste link that into Cadvance. Let's say we want to paste link that right over here. If I'm not satisfied with that sort of display, I just click here in Excel, and you can see how that is changing here. Now, dynamically. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into Cadvance now, and I'm selecting, remember those bars in the chart actually represent the XY coordinates for the objects. So I'm going to go here and say I want to move the rectangle to, let's say, this location over here, and you can see how the chart is being updated automatically because of that DDE link here and the OLE link back.
So this is great for parametric design. That when you start, you have a chart or Excel with some dimensions, it'll automatically change your drawing.
Exactly, or on the other way around, it will be great for some analysis on positional information, let's say on your drawings and so forth.
We better take another call here.
Okay, we'll take
ready?
one.
We'll take a fast
Maybe
call.
extend it to 2 hours.
Yeah, we might have to do that. We might call the stations.
Okay.
All right, we're going to line 3. Okay. Gabriel, you're on the air. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I wanted to find out what kind of modeling features Cadvance has and how you might go about customizing it. What kind of language, if it has a Lisp or C type language or something like that?
We have 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute and 2 big questions. One, I can't really get into all the modeling features. Definitely, Cadvance is, as I mentioned earlier, a full-featured CAD product. It has
solid modeling.
Solid modeling is not included with this package. As far as what you mentioned regarding customizing Cadvance, this is a big thing. Maybe after the break we can come back to that. But what we have done with Cadvance is really going in the way that Windows applications are going to go, and that's licensing BASIC as your programming language within Cadvance. Outside Cadvance, you can create your own DLLs and link it to Cadvance using Microsoft or other C compiler.
You said BASIC. Were we talking about Visual Basic or something like that? Or?
Okay, inside Cadvance you have BASIC, the language, the editor, the compiler, and debugger that are shipping with the product. That's inside Cadvance. Our macro language, the AutoLisp sort of language, in Cadvance is actually BASIC. So you got that in, and actually you can cut and paste codes from other BASIC programs. As far as outside Cadvance, you do that with C, or other languages you can call C.
Okay, thanks for calling. We're going to take a break here. Everybody stay tuned. We've got the phones are ringing off the hook. We have about 10,000 things to show here. We better take a fast break, so stay tuned and we'll be right back.
The old computer you're putting out to pasture has the power to give new life. Computers you're going to scrap can keep millions of people from ending up on the scrap heap and being written off. Old computers donated to the National Christina Foundation are used to train people with differing abilities so they're alive with the skills society needs. Donate your old computers and other equipment to NCF. Call 1-800-CHRISTINA. Machines you can write off. People you can't.
We can prevent the unthinkable. A flood with no Red Cross shelter. A fire and no Red Cross volunteer. A tornado victim without hope. Yet last year was devastating to the Red Cross. 8,000 major disasters. As a result, our ability to help disaster victims is threatened. Please help. Call 1-800-842-2200 and prevent the unthinkable from happening.
Jeffrey, hitting is wrong. You're bigger, you're stronger. You cool off and you don't hit. Period. Is that understood? Is it?
Well,
Is it? Take time out. Don't take it out on your child. A public service message from the National Committee for the Prevention of Child Abuse.
Set a goal to give 5 hours a week and 5% of your income to the causes you care about. The rewards will make you feel like a winner every day of your life.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. We've got a billion things going on here. We've got the phone. We've got lines blinking. Everyone's going. We better take a couple of quick phone calls. We'll take one phone call right now, and we're going to show some more things. Why don't we take a quick phone call right here? All right, with line 1 here. John, you're on the air. Do you have a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, Steve?
Yes.
My question is, what about video driver support for 1024 by 768 mode, say graphics accelerators like a compact QVision? Do I have any drivers available at this time?
Yes, actually the question that becomes now in the Windows environment becomes a question that you have to actually go to your hardware vendor or supplier and ask them that question. If the board is supporting Windows, it is supporting Cadvance. That's a great feature of this product. You know, if you got the Windows setup working there, Cadvance will run on your Windows setup. Regarding the QVision, we've tested Cadvance with the QVision board using the Windows drivers, and it's a pretty slick product. So it does work very nicely with the QVision board.
But nowadays, any program that just about every graphics board, output device, input device, plotters, digitizers, mice,
fax boards.
Everybody works with Windows.
Exactly.
Everybody
Yes.
works with Windows
Yes.
now. If they don't, they're pretty far behind.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for calling. Want to take another quick call?
One more thing maybe to show here, as I can understand that a lot of people that will be calling here either work with something like AutoCAD or with other products that are compatible with AutoCAD, and also they might be working with contractors or clients that use AutoCAD, and they are worried about, okay, I want to use this product here, but what about drawings that are coming from someone that is using AutoCAD?
Right.
What we've done here, and that's the first time that we actually, as a CAD company, including the ability to open a file, not just in our own format. So I just go to File Open, and I got a bunch of files that I can open. One of them is our own VWF format. But the other one is the AutoCAD DWG format. So I can just choose any AutoCAD DWG. There is no DXF translation. We got this too. But in this case here, let me just...
it reads and writes DWG.
Reads and writes DWG files. Actually, it reads and writes in a number of ways. We're not going to go through all the options, but you can load it in a pretty intelligent way so you don't lose any AutoCAD information. And you just bring that information here on the screen, and here is the shuttle here, just brought in. Now, when I want to save that, let's say I close. Yeah, you can either save it in DWG format or in Cadvance format. So this really allows you, if you use AutoCAD or you work with someone that uses AutoCAD and you want to use this state-of-the-art product, to exchange information with them.
All right, great. So now taking a call, line 92. Willie, you're on the air. Do you have a question?
Yeah, you just really answered one of the questions that I had as far as compatibility with AutoCAD.
Telepathy.
We knew that.
With AutoCAD. But I had another question. We also use WordPerfect in conjunction with AutoCAD. Is that a possibility with Cadvance?
Yeah, WordPerfect actually supports, I believe, the DXF format, also HPGL format. So the way to bring things into WordPerfect for DOS will be through those file types. If you are interested in working with WordPerfect for Windows, then again, information exchange in the Windows environment is much easier. Cut and paste will be one way to just bring information. Maybe that will lead us into using Cadvance with, I don't have WordPerfect loaded here, but I do have Word for Windows loaded here. And I'll show you how you can actually take information from Cadvance into a word processor, if that's of an interest.
That'd be great.
Okay. So,
all right, thanks. Thanks for calling.
All right, let's go here into the Program Manager. I'm going to go into Microsoft Word. A lot of people want to use CAD, but they're not that comfortable with the CAD metaphors. They work with word processor files. Let's say that this is a cleaning company that needs to bid on cleaning of buildings. They can be here within their proposal system that is in Microsoft Word, or they could do it with, let's say, WordPerfect for Windows, if WordPerfect for Windows supports Olay as a client. And right here, for example, I can go into the Office and say Insert Object. Cadvance comes up as one of the servers. I OK that. And you can notice here in the title that actually there is no DOS file being created. We write the information right into your proposal.doc file. So if I have something here and I just draw something, sketch something very quickly, I'll just say File, Update, and what we update is really the Word document. You can see it here. So very much like I did in Cadvance, and I double-clicked on the Word art object, I can double-click on this object here. Let's take these two objects out here, and let's grab something here. Let's do a View tile here, Window tile. Let's go into this office over here, Office 211, and say, okay, I want to move that information. I'll say Edit Copy, move here, say Edit Paste, and paste that information right over here. We'll just fit that to the screen. Okay, so now we have Office 211 in my object as part of my Word document. I'll just update that, and I'm inside Microsoft Word. Here's my office in my document. This information that you see here is still scalable. So I just grab this handle over here, and it will scale. I don't have to go back to Cadvance. Again,
so
Word
in other
will
words,
remember.
Office, then you know what office to clean so that the cleaning people know what.
Exactly. If I wanted to put some, maybe some circle around something that needs to be done, maybe put an arrow right over here and put some text next to it. The next time I'll do an update and I go back into Word, it's embedded within the Word document and it's updated. So that information is right over here. That's really part of why we think that the market for CAD is broadening. More people will be able to access CAD. You got a designer. There is someone that designed this facility. But there are a lot of people that need to maintain this building, and for a longer time than the design actually time period. And then a lot of people that need to manage this building. They can start using CAD, I would say, without much worry. It works very much like their other Windows applications. Very smoothly integrates into other Windows applications.
All right. We better take some more calls here. All right. Who's that? I thought we have Frank. Oh, Frank. Okay, great. Frank, you're on the air. Do you have a question?
Yes. I'm glad to have you all back on live. Got three fast ones. Let me run back into the other room so I can watch it.
All right.
In the past, in using CAD programs, I've had problems with scaling of it. Number one, can you change the scale on the fly so that I can fit it on the media that I'll be printing on? Number two, does math coprocessor support improved performance? And number three is about components. Do you have component drawings that you can attach? If you don't mind, I'll say goodbye and thank you, and I'll go run in another room and listen to answers.
All right, thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Okay, drawing to scale, yes, you can draw to scale. In Cadvance, you can change scales pretty easily. This is, again, a professional level drafting system. It includes all the things that you need in order to plot to scale. You draw things usually in the real dimensions, and then you decide, okay, you want to plot that in a certain scale. Second question was in regards to a math coprocessor. While it's recommended in Cadvance if you do a lot of 3D, it's not required. And Cadvance really works with what we mentioned before, really part of the basic requirements for running Windows in general. If you have a math coprocessor, it will improve some of your 3D work. And as far as
symbols
third
and blocks.
questions, yes, symbols, blocks, or components, as you refer to them, yes, in Cadvance you do have symbols, and you can nest symbols, actually 16 levels deep. So you can do a lot with symbols, group things together, and so forth.
I'll take another quick call.
Sure.
All right. We have, okay, line one. Vernon, you're on the air. Do you have a question?
Yeah, could you go through how you would link your attributes from your symbols into a database file for one? And secondly, what mode do you run your Windows in? Is it in the 386 or the real mode or what?
Okay. In
Thanks
order
for
to find out what mode we're running in, I use Windows so much, I never go and check things. But you can go here, and Yoav Etia from an unknown organization is using Windows here in 386 Enhanced mode. That's the mode I'm using it here. That's under the Help, About here in Program Manager. As far as database link, couldn't be a better question. Let me show you how the database link works. And then maybe we can take another question.
All right.
I'll just click on an object here within, this is a symbol right here in one of the offices. I go to Utilities, Attributes. Cadvance was always known for its database links. So here's a guy working for the research department. Let's say we want to change this, and I'm changing this to be Steve R. If you don't mind,
That's
Steve,
me.
we'll just update you. And we'll put maybe a more reasonable price for that compact. 46C here. So I'll just update that information right over here and update the compact to be in 46C. Okay, so this is updated now, and I OK that. Now, one of the nice things in Cadvance, that information was not stored in Cadvance format. It was linked to Cadvance, but it is actually stored in a DBase compatible format. I already have a pre-stored SQL query that is done in a product called Q+C. Q+C comes free when you buy Microsoft Excel. Most people don't use it because it's free. Never open the box. But here you can see that Steve is already in my report because we made the report here. We can see the SQL query. We were looking for everybody that works for the research department. And here is Steve in that research department. His equipment is here. It's already totaled. I'm going to take all that information right over here. I'm going to copy it with the headers. And I'm going to take it into Microsoft Excel. So we're now taking the information that was created with Cadvance in DBase format, linked through Q+C into Microsoft Excel. Let's expand this to the side of the screen and do a paste link right over here. Here's my data coming into Microsoft Excel. I'm going to go down here and say, OK, I want the sum of that information right over here. Steve is the last record down there. I'm going to change column D to actually reflect the fact that we're working with a number that is currency. Double-click on that and put total right here in this column here. I'm going to take all this and format that using a feature called auto format and take that and make that in a better color. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take all that thing that we have here. It was automatically formatted for me. And one of the things I can do here is take Steve R versus the total here. Okay, and I'm selecting this. And we got a chart now done. Chart, copy this chart, select this chart and copy it. And we're going to copy it right into our compound document. So this is my report. This is a report I'll be placing, let's say, every Friday in my department. I'll just paste link that chart right over here on my drawing. So now it's linked. If I wanted to change the type of the chart, I just go here and I change the type of chart maybe to this, or go here into a 3D pie. Let's go into this one here. Here is Steve. We're just taking him out. And we switch back to Cadvance. It's already updated. Now, the other thing that you might want to do is take the entire database here and place this as a report on your drawing. I'll just do edit, copy, go into Cadvance, do an edit, paste link, and paste the report itself on the drawing. So if you got really a report that you need to submit every, let's say, every Friday, the work is pretty much done for you by just changing the information and linking it, whether you do it in Excel, Q+C, DBase, or Cadvance. Everything is working on the same data, and what you see is what you get. You go with this to, let's say, electrostatic or a PaintJet or any other printer that is restaurant-oriented. That's the way you'll get it on your output. Hope we answered the question. Okay.
Man, oh man, that was. Is anyone else confused out there? No, I'm just kidding. You sound like that guy in American Express commercials. The guy talks real fast, you know.
Lots
we have a real hard time making Yoav talk. Have anyone noticed that? We got some calls. Why don't we take some more calls? Willie, you're on the air. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. Would you please tell me if the monitor that you're displaying there is on sale? I mean, can you buy it in the Houston area?
Sure. I'm not sure an exact place to buy it, but I know that it's, I mean, we actually got this through Mitsubishi. I'm sure you can call the Mitsubishi office in Houston. I think they're actually up in Spring is where they are. That's where they shipped it down from. But I'm sure you can call there and find out an authorized dealer. But I'm pretty sure most of the places in town, the big, people that sell hardware have this monitor. But it's pretty nice.
It sure is. Well, thank you very much.
No problem. Thanks. We'll take another call here. Is that a record? 2 Willies on the same night? I'm not sure, but. Go ahead, Gary. You're on the air. Do you have a question?
Yes, I do. I've never used AutoCAD or any sort of a CAD program. I really don't know how they work. I could use the program probably at work and things like that. But my main question is how hard is it to learn how to use a CAD program, and how is this one easier than, say, AutoCAD or something like that?
Okay, I think there are actually good news. The good news is that really what we've done with Cadvance for Windows is making it much, much easier to use than anything that was available before as far as a CAD product. This is a professional level CAD product, yet it's very, very easy to use. As I mentioned earlier, I think we're broadening the base for users of CAD. The product is much more rich, can do a lot with that. At the same time, it's easier to use. You know, I go here, I look at the toolbar here. Why would it be more difficult to draw a line in Cadvance by clicking on the line icon here than, you know, making a line, let's say, using a product like Paintbrush, using the line icon over here. So really, we are getting into a world where, you know, we made a big effort to make the product easier to use. There is no reason why you wouldn't enter CAD now if you do have a need for it.
And the manuals also have tutorials, and when you get it, there are tutorial lessons that go through all the commands and things like that.
There's never been a better time to actually get into CAD. That will be my
we have like less than a minute. Let's take one last call here.
Okay.
Perfect. Harry, you're on the line. Do you have a question?
Yes, sir. See, I compare this to AutoCAD, okay?
All right.
Any command like oops, you know, there's oops command on AutoCAD for reappearance of the whatever we have drawn earlier. Any command like that in this kind of?
In Cadvance, there is a command. The closest thing that you have in Cadvance is an undo command or undraw command. And right here, if I draw something, I can go here right after that and use the undraw command. It will be the closest feature as far as thing to the oops command.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks for calling. I think we've got about 4 more hours of stuff here, but I think we're going to have to take a break. Let's take a quick break. So stay tuned. We'll be back. We'll finish this up.
The old computer you're putting out to pasture has the power to give new life. Computers you're going to scrap can keep millions of people from ending up on the scrap heap and being written off. Old computers donated to the National Christina Foundation are used to train people with differing abilities so they're alive with the skills society needs. Donate your old computers and other equipment to NCF. Call 1-800-CHRISTINA. Machines you can write off. People you can't.
The animals in the forest. If they could talk, what would they say? They might say, be careful with fire in the forest. Just like Smokey says, only you can prevent forest fires.
Remember how good it felt the first time you gave 5? Well, now there's another way to give 5. Set a goal to give more, 5 hours a week and 5% of your income to the causes you care about. It'll make you feel like a winner every day of your life. So give more. Give 5.
Karen, hitting is wrong. You're bigger, you're stronger, you take time out and you don't hit. Do you understand?
Take time out. Don't take it out on your child.
Hi, welcome back to the show. We have about 5 more minutes. We have callers on the line, and then we have about 10 billion things to show. So what we got to do, let's take John,
okay,
so we can get all the phone callers out of the way. And that sounds really bad, get them out of the way, but go ahead and do it. John, you're on your air. Do you have a question?
Yeah, Steve. I was interested in the database link that you were showing there with DBase 4, and interested in what other databases were that are supported, and when you're dealing with those other foreign databases, are you actually updating the databases themselves, or are we going with a separate copy of the data?
Good question. It definitely proves that you have some experience with that. The approach we took with Cadvance is, yes, the data is updated directly into the database you work with, so there is no extraction and so forth, and you can still do all your reporting using the database of your choice. With Cadvance 5.0 for Windows, the one we're showing here, and with additional product called Q+E library, which is different than the Q+E editor that I was showing here. I think it retails for something like $200. You will be able to link Cadvance to additional databases such as Paradox, Oracle, and so forth. It's they have a large base of database product that they support.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
right.
You're welcome.
Thanks. The way we're going to do this, I don't know if there's any more callers. We may have to, I don't know how we're going to do this, but I randomly numbered the phone callers. Pick a number between, you've already said one number, but pick the numbers between 1 and 14.
Okay, my lucky number is 7.
7? Okay, great. We're going to have to figure this, but according to this, John, actually the guy that just called, he won the shirt.
Wow.
And Willie, the second Willie, won the Cadvance.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations, Willie and John.
All right. Why don't we do this? What else do you want to show real fast?
Okay, really, one of the things I wanted to mention is really all the resources you have. This Windows environment, I hope you can tell by now, is really a fun environment. I'm excited. I've been in this industry for over 7 years. I've never been more excited about what's going on right now. There are a lot of resources for you to really jump on that bandwagon called Windows before or after you get into Cadvance for Windows. Some of the things that we got here are just some of the books. There are so many books right now for Windows, but there is Windows 3.1, Tricks of the Windows 3.1 Masters, and really this book here that InfoWorld IDG is publishing, Windows 3.1 Secrets by Brian Livingston. We learned from this. I have it next to my bed, and I learn something new every night.
You know?
I know.
Where's your wife?
The other side of the bed. But this is really a great book. There are magazines. There is Windows Magazine. There is Windows User Magazine now. There is, of course, Windows sections in Byte magazine and in the PC Magazine. There is CompuServe. There are a number of Windows forums on CompuServe. A lot of resources that help you get into this environment. Products, fabulous products. You can do much, much more with with things that are available now for Windows. There is a pile of new applications. There is Microsoft Word and PowerPoint and Project and Mi Pro from Lotus and Microsoft Excel, and there is even a fax program that we have somewhere here.
I don't know.
Lots of things that you can do with Windows. And really tie everything together. It's a fun environment. I think that it's an environment where, you get into it and you find new things every day and just stimulate your mind, which is probably what we're looking for in an interesting computing environment.
Right. I was going to ask you a question, but you answered a bunch of it. Like, where is Windows going? Like, what's going on? I hear a lot of things about Windows Workgroup and Windows NT and Windows things. What kind of things should we be looking for in the future?
Well, as vendors, we thought that we'll do Windows 3.1 support and our job will be done. But there is a new flavor of Windows every day. There's now, of course, talk about Windows NT, Windows 32. There's Windows for Workgroups, which actually I think was in discussion in the news this week. Things are just getting more and more supported with Windows. You mentioned Windows for Workgroups. It's a new announced product by Microsoft, and I believe it's going to be something that is going to start shipping later this year. Cadvance, of course, will support that version. It will just make networking, especially for the small firm, very simple. You'll buy that product once, you'll install it, and everything will become much more simple for you. From Cadvance, for example, using our basic macro language, you'll be able to type directly into some of the mail features of Windows. So you'll be able to go in Cadvance, maybe click on a mailbox icon, and whatever you have on the screen will be mailed to someone else on the network. A lot ahead. A lot ahead.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming. We've got a few things I want to make sure you mention before the show ends. But thanks for coming. I've never seen anybody talk so fast in all my life. I always thought I talked a lot, but apparently I never met my match here. I want to mention who's on next week's show. Carlos Ramirez will be, Charles Olson and Peter Norris will be the guests next week on the show. And don't forget about the new hotline. It's been up for a week or so, and the number is, I think they'll have a slide come up at the end, but it's 587-5369. You can leave comments what you thought about this show, what you'd like to see in new shows, what you thought about last show, whatever you want to do. I guess that's just about everything. It was a great show, I thought. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Promotional Products. We offer one of the largest product selections for your advertising, safety, recognition, communication, or general promotional needs. What sets promotional products aside is service. Our on-site production facility ensures that your needs are met on time at an affordable price. Call today to visit our beautiful showroom. We look forward to discussing your promotional products needs. Promotional Products Company, 465-1254 or 1-800-624-2348.
Mom's always said take your hat off in the house. Well, this time I'm going to take it off, but it's to David Taylor. David's opened up that Cadillac store on the Southwest Freeway, and now he's gone and done it again.